everyone, welcome to my I just hit myself on my TV thing. Did I break a nail? No, good. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a story time video. So, I was actually writing down stories that I wanted to, yeah, I have a list of stories. So guys, if you like story times, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and you like this video and you comment. I'm not even done the video and I'm already talking like this. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna get into the video. So this is a time when I was stuck in New York. I don't know how many hours, maybe 12 or I'm not sure. I think it was 12 hours or 18 hours. I'm not too sure. I don't think it was 24, but yeah, that was like years ago. So it was maybe 8 years ago or something. I don't know. I'm really good. I'm really bad with time, but I can go on my Facebook and maybe find some pictures that will have a timestamp on it so I can like figure it out. So this is the time where I actually was stuck in New York and I slept at the Penn station. Yes, I did that. So I'm gonna start by explaining you a little bit, first of all, what I was doing there and how and everything. So duh, this is a story time. A long time ago, a friend of mine used to work, like he recently stopped not too long ago, but he used to work for a company, a truck driving company that would travel around in the US and in Canada. Actually, I think it would travel almost everywhere, but he was mostly in the US. So he was always traveling in the US everywhere. He was on tour basically. He was with bands from the US. So yeah, they would have shows everywhere, and so he would like be carrying type of their instruments, their stage, whatever it was. But he was traveling in the US, bringing their things to the events, to the concert places. How am I not like, what, do I speak English? It's like everyone's like, what is you trying to say? But yeah, he was a big truck and he was carrying all the stuff for the band, and he would be going from event, concert to place and place and place. And sometimes he would sleep in his truck because he had a bed in the back, which is pretty awesome, guys. I don't know if you've ever went in a truck or if you own one, but if you do, they're so amazing. The only thing they don't have is a washroom, so you do have to stop for that. But some has fridge. His, like, I know at the end he had like game consoles, he had TV, he had like movies, he had 2 beds, so it was one on top of the other. He was a friend of mine, by the way, so yeah, we were friends. I would sleep on top, on the bottom, whatever. I would have my stuff. So years ago, when he was doing that, before I had my kid, of course, I would go often with him. So sometimes, for example, he would be here and he would say, hey, I'm going to New York or I'm going to Texas, you want to come for a few days? And sometimes it would be like a few days and he'd be back. Sometimes it'd be me meeting him somewhere in the US and we would drive back to Canada. Or I would drive somewhere like an hour or 2 away from here with friends. We would go see a concert and he'd be like, hey, you coming? And I'm like, yeah! And I would take my stuff and I would go. Yeah, that was pretty insane. I really like those moments. Like I'm talking about them now and I have goosebumps. It was so amazing. I have such good memories. Honestly, to be able to go, I know a lot of people are like, road, like really, you'd be on the road all the time. Like, I know if you're on the road all the time, maybe for you it's not what you think, or maybe for someone who's like going to work, it's not the same thing. I love road trips. I love to travel. I love to see the world. I love to see everywhere I can go. So for me to go from like driving around Texas, Carolina, like all these places, it was just awesome. You're like, oh, this is beautiful. And sometimes you would stop, we would go to restaurants, we would go karaoke. We would do karaoke at night at some places like Chili's or what was it, Hamburger Paradise? Cheeseburger in Paradise, something like that. Anyways, back in the days I wasn't vegan. Yeah, we would go to restaurants and they do have these places where you pay and you get showered. Like some people, truck driver people knows these things, but some people who don't do this or don't know anyone who do this, you don't probably know this, but they have these places where it's a gas station, there's restaurants, and there's a shower. So you actually pay, you go in, there's a toilet, there's a shower, there's a place for your clothes and stuff, so you go in, you know, it's pretty awesome. I think it's Flying J's. Is that what it's called? Anyways, it's so amazing. You know, I would see concert all the time. I would see bands all the time. It was so amazing. And these are bands that I actually do really love. Loved then and love now still. Like, for me, it was like so amazing that I got to see so many concerts and see so many people. I got to meet people from everywhere, because the thing is that I'm very sociable and he is also very sociable. So he would meet people on tour, and when he would go back there, he would present them to me. So I met some girls from like Jersey, from Florida, from anyways, so amazing. So I have friends, and I still do have a friend right now from Florida. I went to see her recently. We stayed in contact because they were still in contact, and anyway, some people I don't talk to anymore, but I do have people also from the bands that I still talk online, and the crew member and all that stuff that I still talk. And I mean, it is so amazing. Oh my god, I'm still blabbering, but I'm like, I mean, you guys might be interested in all this. I mean, it's kind of like story about stuff that I've lived. It's not only the story, right? Hopefully. Okay, tell me down below. So this time, the last spot where I was gonna leave and come back home was New York. So what happened is, he was pretty much dropping me off at the Penn station, and he was going back to on his road, you know, he was going wherever. I think he was going further. So I go to the Penn station, and I'm with my stuff. You know, I have, I think, a big backpack. I don't remember what I was carrying. Yeah, I think I had a big, like, I always had like this big like backpack. I had my purse, really heavy, which sucks sometimes because you're like, I'm in New York, and I'm like, right now, like, when he's there, it's not bad because I leave my stuff in the truck. But when he wasn't there, it was like, okay, I have to carry all this. So he drops me off, and I'm running to this train, and I'm like, oh my god, I think my train is leaving in the next few minutes. So I'm freaking out, and I'm running, and I'm asking people like, where's my train, where's my train? And they're directing me, because it's pretty big. I don't know if you guys ever went, but the metro, the train, the Penn station in general, New York is huge. Everything is huge down there. It's just like, you know, when I went recently with my son, I was with my GPS looking for a restaurant, just walking, and then okay, so I'm going to the bus, and then I'm looking at my GPS almost the whole time, just like, okay, so I turn left here. So anyways, I'm in the Penn station running to my train, and I'm like, oh my god. I go down, I look, and I don't see a train. And the first thing I say is, oh my god, I missed my train. Literally missed my train. So I'm freaking out. By the way, this is what I thought, but I actually, still now to this day, I am wondering if I didn't go in the wrong section, because there was a train on the other side, and I was thinking, like, I remember seeing a train on the other alley, and I'm like, wait, maybe that was my train. I have no idea. Still now to this day, I have no idea if I was on the right, like, if I was on the right spot or not. So technically, I thought I missed my train. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I was like, oh my god, I missed my train. So I go up and I start asking questions. I'm like, look, I missed my train. When's the next one? I gotta get to Montreal. And they're like, tomorrow. So I start like thinking, what do you mean tomorrow? Tomorrow when? And then like they tell me, well, there's one in the morning. So right now it's the afternoon or it's nighttime. I don't remember exactly the time that it was. I wish I did, but I don't. I just know that it was still kind of light outside, so I'm guessing it was the afternoon. It wasn't like really late. So it's the afternoon, and all I know is that I have no money. I don't know why I didn't have money. Like, why didn't I have money on me? I know that back then I was like a lot like on the go, so I was always doing stuff, and I was more into like spending than saving. So back then it was like, I have $100, I can go to the States, let's do it. Like, I was like, money, go. I can do it, let's go, I'm going anywhere. Now I'm like, okay, I need money for this and that and this. I have a kid, for gosh sake. So, you know, I'm very I'm way more safe. So right now I'm still traveling a lot, as you may have noticed. You can go check in my vlog channel with my mother and son channel, or even here I have vlogs channel where I'm traveling, and we are planning more trips this year. So make sure to check, like, subscribe to this channel and subscribe to the other channel. I am planning maybe one, I have 2 trips yet to come this year, so check that out. So I didn't have money on me. I didn't have anything. I think I might have had a little bit of change. US, by the way, I have Canadian, so I don't know if I had money in my bank account, but I don't know how it works. Like, I think like the card that I had back then, you couldn't just cash out money somewhere. Like, I don't know, it was complicated. Now I have a card where I can go in the US and just cash and just go at the ATM and get money. So that's amazing. But back then I didn't have that. I don't think I had a credit card either. So now I'm like, I'm stuck in New York and I don't have money. I don't have anywhere to go. My friend is gone, by the way, and there's no point in calling him because he has to go. Like, he has a certain place to go at a certain time, you know what I mean? Like, there's no like, oh, I could stay a day more, you know, unless he's like really in advance. But it's like no point in calling him. So what am I gonna do? So the first thing I thought is, well, I might as well just go visit New York. I'm in New York right now. So I take my stuff and I start walking around New York, and I'm going to the Rockefeller Center. I'm going to see like the tree. There was, by the way, this was cold. It was cold. I remember because there was there the icing rink? There was a tree. There was a tree. Was there a tree? Anyways, I went to New York a lot, so there's more than just one story in New York. So anyways, I'm walking around in New York. People are talking to me. People are giving me stuff, you know, like they're always trying to promote some stuff. Like, come in here, do this. You want to see my show tonight? And I'm like, no, dude, I don't have money. Like, I don't get... And I'm just like walking around. I'm like, I want to see the and this is like back that time I hadn't seen the statue yet. I hadn't seen the statue. I hadn't seen the Empire State. So I was like, maybe I should go try and do that. But then I was like, okay, I need money to get there because it's not like right where I was. I'm like, okay, well, at the same time is like, what if I make it there? And you know what I mean? Like there's so many things. I was like, okay, I can't go too far. So I was going to I went to the Disney store, I went to the Lego store, I went to the Rockefeller Center, I was walking around, I was doing a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm getting tired and I don't know what to do anymore, and it's getting late, it's getting dark, so I'm going to go back to the Penn station because that's where my train is going to be, and it's warm there, and it's kind of like the only spot where I could go back now. I'm like, can't go to the hotel, and it's like, oh my gosh, did I even have a cell phone back then? I think I don't know, did I? It's like the flip phones that we had back then that you didn't have like a screen or anything. The pictures were like this small. Anyways, so I'm like, let's go back to the Penn station. And then I go back and then I'm walking around, and you know, I did have money to buy some snacks. So I was able to buy like, I think like a donut or like a bagel or stuff like that, like peanuts. Like I had enough money to get a little bit of food, not like, did I eat a meal? I don't remember, guys. This is so bad. So I had enough money to get a little bit of snacks. So good for that. I'm at the Penn station. I'm just walking around. I'm checking out stuff. I'm sitting down. You know, like I'm like, what the hell do I do? Back then I didn't have an iPhone. iPhones were not a thing. But that was like a while ago. So there was no iPhones. There was no phones. Like no Samsung stuff. It was like a freaking flip phone with like little stupid games and like text message you could do, and like, I don't remember. Could we check emails? I don't know. But I know it was like really like the little small thing. And I did have sometimes like coloring books and like games that I had that I brought with me when I was going on tour with him, because when he was driving sometimes we would listen to music and dance, but sometimes I was also like drawing and just like, you know, doing stuff, you know, instead of just like watching the road. Sometimes I would have stuff to do. So I was doing that, and then I thought, okay, well, I do have to sleep at one point because I'm getting really tired, and my train is only in the next day, and it's like I don't know what to do with myself anymore, and it's like I'm not gonna walk around all night just like zombie myself, walking like just like this until my train comes, you know, and it's like not, I don't know, I was like, this is not good. So I'm like, I do need to sleep. So then I walked up to a security guard. Guys, I am smart when it comes to like stuff like that. So I walked up to a security guard. I walked up to him and I said, excuse me, I missed my train and there is no train until tomorrow and I don't have anywhere to go right now. So can you tell me, like, am I safe if I sleep? Can you keep an eye on me? Can you, like, you know, can you help me out with this, because I do need to kind of sleep. He was like, sure, there's no problem, you can sleep right here, this section here is pretty safe, we have a lot of cameras here, just make sure that you don't, you know, just make sure to like keep your bag, because I slept with my bag like tied up to me, so I had like buckles here. I think I had 2 buckles and I had it on my back, and I had my purse here, and I slept on my back with, I just lifted my bag a little bit and I kept it tied, and I put my head on there and I slept like this, holding kind of my arms, and like I had my, I don't know if I had kept my coat or something, but anyways, I had everything covered up and I was just sleeping like that with my hood and everything. And so I slept like that, and he said there's no problem as long as you're, you know, you're safe and everything. Like, I'm gonna come pass by once in a while and make sure that everything's okay, but we do have cameras, and right this section here is kind of okay. So he told me a spot where it was like better than others. So I did sleep in the Penn station. I'm not gonna lie, I did sleep. I wasn't that scared and I wasn't that stressed. Call me crazy, but it was like, I was like in a good, safe, like I'm not outside in the cold, I'm not outside where no one's actually checking, where there's no camera, where there's nothing, so I wasn't that scared. And also, I am a light sleeper, which means that if someone comes close to me or touches me, or, you know, sometimes people will just sit near me and talk and I'll just wake up. I wake up really easily and I wake up often. So, and I didn't sleep the whole night, you know, that's how I am. I'm like, pass out, wake up, pass out, wake up, pass out, wake up. So I'm like sleep on, off, and I'm just like the whole night just like sleeping a little bit, getting up, walking a little bit, sleeping, going to the washroom, going to get some water, passing out, you know, it was just on and off. But yes, I did sleep in the Penn station, and I did stay for a good amount of hours, probably 12 or more, maybe 18, and I did spend all that time in New York with no money and nowhere to go, and I did sleep at the Penn station. So that is my story. I love the fact that I have so many awesome stories. Like, people may say, you know, people may listen to these stories and say, holy, you know, like my Friday the 13th story, if you haven't watched it, my got fired like for sleeping story, like all these stories. Some people are probably like, oh my gosh, like this girl's got through so much, like she has so many stories, like what? But I'm not making them up. Like these are for real. And I got a lot of stories like that are interesting, that are fun, that might be a little maddening, that might be a little sad. I've got a lot. So if you guys like these, please let me know by giving thumbs up. Trying to get these thumbs to 30. That would be amazing. Like, let's try and get a goal. And I'm trying to get this channel to 1,000. We are almost there. We are up to I think 635 right now. So oh my god, thank you so much. I'm so freaking excited. I'm so happy. And keep subscribing, keep liking the videos, comment down below what do you think about this story, if you want more, and if anything like that has ever happened to you. And I want to thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and I'm so happy that you guys are subscribing more and more, that we're growing. Okay, I'm gonna stop right now. Bye guys, see you in my next video. Bye for now.